No, no, no. Next day, without talking, I managed to do the 7th place in the first attempt. Okay, and already with the second attempt, this makes me really proud now. I could also be annoyed because I was just 46 thousandths behind Lopez. But it's pretty satisfying, I think. Let's have a look in the replay. Why do we always have to step through so many menus to get back to the thing we are interested in? Yes, so I think in the first attempt my fastest lap was 1 minute 2 seconds or something, and then of course in the this already also sucks that you always have to switch on this additional informations. So in the second race I was already quite quick from the first second on, so I found out a bit more about the better racing lines. And what I really enjoy with this car is that you can slide and drift very very well with it, because the speed is low and the weight of the car is quite low, so it's not getting out of control that quickly, which also makes it possible for me to stay out of the crashes, because everything is happening a bit slower than with really race cars. And this is very interesting point where the shadow comes now, and you look at on your speed. I think 135 was the highest I reached. I was already close to switching from 4th to 5th gear, which is enormous if you consider that it's up the mountain there. It's a slant, and what do you call it? An upgoing slant or something. So end of second lap, I am already. This I meant with the sliding, and you can slide in the slipstream, but then in the last moment, you know, you are already nearly crashing in the car in front. But then in the last moment, you have to be really, really good to do this. It's exciting me. In the last moment, you turn the steering wheel and you drive in another direction. And here comes the shadow again. Oh, only 130, because I was doing this overtaking bullshit things. It's always the decision, you know, you have to make. Will I overtake and drift a bit and maybe lose a bit of time, or will I and gain a position? But is the 11th position really important? Changing from the 11th to from the 12th to the 11th position, is it more important than because actually all the positions don't matter. You have to be quick. So if overtaking a car means gaining a position but losing time, this again is I mean, what is he talking about? Gaining a position but losing time? How is this possible? This is like eating a steak but not gaining weight, huh? But yeah, you can if you are so eager to gain the positions, then you can do crazy things to gain the position. You can even kick the other car off the street, which is not really gentleman-like thing to do. But then you gain the position, but you are 5 seconds slower in the lap, and this just doesn't make sense. So actually, there it is again, the subject with the leader. You have to focus on the leader. All the other cars are just, as we say in Germany, are just Kanonenfutter. You know, they are not really important. which is a very racist thing to say, you know. I mean, to say that all the cars except the Adolf car is not important. That all the other cars are. I think this is, if the woke people discover racing, they will have a lot of things to complain about. You know, because it's actually not fair that everybody wants to win the race and defeat the others. I mean, how can you celebrate to defeat someone? This is not fair. This is not, and I think all the cars who get defeated, they should really feel offended. What's your problem with understanding this? I mean, if you're a woke race driver, you cannot defeat another car because it's not fair. It's not fair. It's absolutely not fair. Oh, I was driving in this bomb, and now again we come to what's the shadow stripe on the street. 125. Oh, this was quite slow. 129 maybe. Yeah, I mean, the woke people will have a lot to complain about if they discover sports altogether. I mean, you know, I have a friend who works in a kindergarten, and the other day he was working in the garden, and then he wanted to push away some stuff he had worked on, and so just for fun, he said to two little boys, he said, "I need two strong men now to help me." And there was a woman, a mother was standing there, and she was the mother of a girl, and she watched the whole scene, and then she went to the boss of the kindergarten and said, "Hey, I want to complain about this children taking care of her. What's the name? About this kindergartner, because he was unfair to my daughter because she's strong too, and he said I need two strong men now, two strong men." So she felt offended because the man said I need two strong men, and not paying attention to the strong girl. So she went to the boss, and the boss went to the kindergartner, and now the kindergartner gets his balls crushed. Is this believable? So, let's say you're the father of the guy who drives in his race here, and I feel offended now. I feel offended by Claudio, what's his name? Christopher, or Caramba Lopez. I feel offended because he was not fair to me. He defeated me. I feel my hurts are feelings, and yeah, this is the problem, you know. If we get totally woke, we cannot do anything anymore. We all have to stand on the same spot because otherwise it's not fair. If you push somebody off the spot, then you are not fair to him. But at the same time, you want to be on every other spot. Because otherwise, standing on the other spot is not fair, and you cannot be better than someone, and you can also not be worse than someone, because being worse also is not fair to the better ones. So I think in the end, it needs a complete clear of the earth. We just have to. Everybody has to commit suicide, but before we commit suicide, we have to put, 1 billion sperm cells in a petri dish, and then after we all committed suicide, the new humans will grow up, and they will all be the same, exactly the same, and they will also do the same and think the same, and dress the same and have the same job, and they will all do the same, exactly the same at the same spot all the time. Then it will be just one Adolf. It will be like one Adolf, and then the world will finally be happy. I think I will finish this video with these wise words. I think this is very optimistic now. It's really feeling my heart warmed now. So let's all discuss a time for the collected suicide attempt. Let's all be lemmings and finish this. Goodbye.